How do you feel about Canada?
You mean, like, as a country? It's fine, I guess. Mounties are cool.
I mean for finding cryptids.
Right. That makes way more sense.
My grandfather traveled the world. Reading his journals now, I want to get out there too. I don't think we should limit ourselves to the US, you know? Especially when there's so many other places out there.
I could not agree more. Africa has so many dinosaur cryptids.
Please don't ruin this.
Sorry.
Anyway, seeing as how we're already so close to the border, I was thinking we could head up into Canada for a little while. Start expanding our area of operations.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. Canada's got plenty of cool creatures. I'll start looking, see what's close by. Oh, this is perfect.
What?
The Thetis lake monster.
Another lake monster. Okay. What's so perfect about it?
Well, first of all, it's not just another lake monster. It looks super cool, like Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Okay, that's different. Is that it?
No, it is also so close.
How close are we talking?
It's in Victoria, British Columbia, literally right over the border north of us. Remember when we found Caddy?
Yeah, of course.
Thetis Lake is only like half an hour from Cadborough Bay on the Canadian side.
Damn, yeah, that is close.
Yep.
Okay, great. Sounds like a plan. So, what else can you tell me about this lake monster?
Well, it really only comes from one sighting back in the 70s.
That's it?
Hey, we found creatures with no reported sightings.
Right.
So, 1972, there were 4 witnesses. 2 boys claimed to see something that looked like the Creature from the Black Lagoon, a big silver monster with a spiky head. And let's see, a few days later, 2 other kids claimed it chased them off the beach and actually scratched one of them.
So it's dangerous.
Maybe. It seems like years later, 2 of the witnesses claimed it was all a hoax, although I can't seem to find anything that says which of the 4 said it.
So it's a hoax.
It's possible, but if it's the later 2 that lied, the first 2 witnesses still could have really seen something. It also says that there was a monster movie playing on TV the week before, which might have inspired the sightings. Monster from the Surf.
So it's a hoax.
Okay, it might be a hoax. It's probably a hoax, but hey, at least it's close. We hit the road, and before we knew it, we were in Victoria, the capital city of British Columbia. For a city of its size, it was filled with greenery. I especially enjoyed the Parliament buildings with bright seafoam green domes. But enough sightseeing. We were here for business. Our first stop, Thetis Lake. As it turned out, Thetis Lake was actually 2 lakes, Upper and Lower Thetis, connected by a small channel. They were much smaller than other lakes we'd visited. They were located in the obviously named Thetis Lake Regional Park, and the park was right outside Victoria, so we made it there in no time.
This is great.
Yeah, being a monster hunter has its perks.
Oh, sorry. Excuse us.
No worries. Say, that's a cute ferret you've got there.
Oh, thanks.
You folks from around here?
Just visiting.
Me too. I just came up with my family. It's a beautiful lake, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Well, it was nice meeting you folks.
You too.
Since the Thetis Lake monster was described as bipedal and not strictly aquatic, we decided to stick to the shoreline rather than taking a boat out. Should you try using your powers? Sorry, what are we calling them?
No, it's not that. I've been trying since we got here.
Oh. So, no luck?
No. I think maybe it just doesn't work all of the time. I mean, we still don't really know anything about it. Hell, it could be, like, seasonal or something for all we know.
Fair enough. Back to the normal methods, I guess. Time to explore. And so we began looking for a lake monster. The good thing about the lake's small size is that the coastline was only a few miles long. By the end of the day, we had searched the area pretty thoroughly, finding neither hide nor hair nor scale of a cryptid. As the sun began to set, we started discussing other options. Should we set up the cameras around the lake? We probably have enough to cover, at least 3/4 of the shoreline.
Yeah, that should work well.
And maybe a food trap in front of one of them?
Sure. If there is a creature here, it's most likely a piscivore, so we'll get some fish for bait.
Or bait for fish. Like we're going fishing? You need bait. Get it?
Oh, I got it.
Shut up, I'm hilarious. We spent our second morning at the lake setting up cameras all around the shore. We then chose a spot in front of one of them where we would set out our fish. It stunk, which would hopefully make it even more attractive to anything that might be lurking out in the water. We spent the rest of the day exploring a little further out around the lake and finally turned in for the night. The next morning, we went back to collect the cameras. I hadn't been feeling well. I think something in my dinner the night before was now disagreeing with me. Sorry, my point is, we decided to split up so that we could collect the cameras quicker and I could go back and take it easy for the rest of the day. I took the western side of the lake, which is where we had set up the fish. To my surprise, it was still there. Even if there wasn't a cryptid in the area, I'd have thought something would have eaten it. Anyway, Mia went to get the cameras on the eastern side of the lake.
Oh, hello again. We met the other day, remember?
Oh, hey! Yeah, of course.
I must admit, I was hoping I would get a chance to talk to you again.
Oh,
Does your friend know?
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, but I didn't want to say anything in front of him, in case you hadn't told him. I understand that not everyone is ready or willing to believe.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
Please, it's okay. You don't have to hide it. You have a great gift. I sensed it when we first met.
Wait a minute. You mean you can, sense things, too?
That's one way of putting it. But yes, I have the gift as well.
Wait a minute. What exactly did you sense?
Well, for one thing, you were hoping that I wasn't trying to hit on you.
Sorry.
And then I sensed that you were special. Even if you still can't quite harness the power that you've been given.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is something wrong?
Sorry. I just wasn't expecting this. To meet another person like me. It's a lot.
Hey, that's all right. I know it was certainly quite a shock when I first discovered my gift. Tell me, exactly how long has it been for you?
Well, almost a year now, I guess.
Wow, how exciting. This must all still feel so new to you.
Yeah, I guess.
I discovered my gift when I was young as well. Up until now, I thought I was the only one.
Me too. Well, actually, I think my grandfather had it, but it's a long story.
I'd always hoped that I would find another.
Me too. At least I did. I wanted to learn more about this ability. I still do, I guess. But the last person who found out about my powers didn't exactly have my best interests in mind. I almost became a human guinea pig.
I am truly sorry to hear that. Some people brush up against a greatness they can't understand, and all they can think to do is dissect it or persecute it.
Greatness? I'm some kind of freak.
A freak? I'm sorry. I should have introduced myself earlier. My name is Quentin.
Mia.
Okay, Mia, listen to me. You are not a freak. You are special. What we have been given, it's a gift. You need to embrace it. I embraced my power and my family loves me for it.
You told your family about it?
Oh, yes.
And it went okay?
Oh, it was better than okay. It was amazing. My family loves and respects my gifts. It has brought us all so much closer together.
That sounds nice, actually.
It is. It's truly wonderful. Actually, how would you like to meet my family? We're only going to be in town for another day or two, but I would love if you met them. I can't imagine how excited they would be to meet someone else with the gift. There is so much we could share and learn from one another.
I don't know.
We could just meet here at the lake again.
Okay, yeah. I can do that. Tomorrow morning?
Of course. That would be wonderful. I'll see you then.
You got all your cameras?
Yep.
Great. Let's go. I am ready to crash. Alright, I think I'm gonna sleep for like the next 18 hours. Wake me up if you find anything good.
I was thinking I'd keep it to myself.
And you think my jokes are dumb.
Well, they usually are. Right, Fritz?
Hey, no fair. You just gave her a treat.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I finally went to sleep while Mia started looking through the cameras. An hour or two later, I was woken up. What is it?
You need to see this.
Wait, we found it?
Just watch.
Mia looked shaken. As I sat and watched, she began playing the footage. It showed, of course, a view of the lake. It was dark. According to the timestamp, it was just before 1 a.m. The footage was crystal clear. The camera had been triggered not by a cryptid, but by a group of people, wearing robes, just like in Rehoboth Beach. And the scene played out again, almost exactly like last time. The footage had no audio, but the group was chanting. The figure that appeared to be the leader stepped forward, bringing another man with him. This man was forced to his knees before the leader sliced his throat. As the body slumped to the ground, he turned towards the water and called out. And then a moment later, the footage began to crackle and fill with distortion until it was impossible to make out anything. The telltale sign of a cryptid. By the time the film went back to normal, the body on the ground was gone. All that was left was a dark stain leading out into the water. The leader of the group stepped back out in front of them and then lowered his hood. He was almost facing the camera, and we could see his face. It was the man we had run into on our first day in town, the one Mia would later tell me she had had a long conversation with. A man named Quentin. Oh my god.
Not again. God damn it.
What do we do?
We bring this to the cops. They are not getting away again.
I had no argument with that, so we went to the police station. We told them that we were wildlife researchers and showed them the footage. We didn't explain why the film got so distorted in the middle, and they didn't ask. But thankfully, they did take us seriously. Mia then told them that she had made plans to meet him again the next morning. This time, the police would be ready. They were going to go there in the morning and arrest him. There was nothing else we could do at this point, so we returned to our room.
I can't do this.
What?
I can't just sit here like everything's okay. I need to go back out.
Why? What for?
I want to find him.
What? No. The cops are going to get him in the morning.
Lucas, I still haven't gotten over seeing them kill that man in Delaware. It was terrifying. But I can't keep running from this. I need to find him.
You need to find the leader of a cult that's been killing people and feeding them to cryptids? What exactly did you plan on doing? Give them a stern talking to? Ask them ever so nicely to stop murdering people?
I don't know.
Well, don't. Please. Mia, I'm begging you. Stay here. Let the cops handle this one.
I hate feeling so helpless.
I'm sorry. I know how you feel, but I want you to be safe. You said we had to be smarter, so let's start doing that. We need to recognize when we're in over our heads. Besides, what would Fritz do if something happened to us?
Are you guilt-tripping me now? Cheap shot.
Hey, if it works, it works. We continued talking, and Mia finally agreed to not go out looking for Quentin. It was a long night, but she finally managed to fall asleep. The next day, we stayed in, waiting to hear from the police. When we finally went out in the afternoon to pick up some food, we noticed that a note had been left on our door. Is it from management?
No.
Who else would leave a note on our door? What's it say?
Mia, I am deeply disappointed. I was hoping to convince you to join the family, but judging from the police presence around the lake this morning, I assume you've already made your choice. What a waste. I really am sad to say goodbye. You could have been part of something so much greater, but there are no second chances for apotheosis? Q. And that's it. Fuck. The cops didn't get him.
Apotheosis?
It means, like, the culmination of something, or ascending to godhood.
Oh, so he's just delusional.
Yeah, but he's still the head of some kind of cult. Being delusional doesn't make him any less scary.
Wait, how did he know which room was ours? You think he sensed us?
I think he sensed me.
Do we change rooms? Change motels?
What's the point? If he found me once, he could find me again.
Awesome.
Don't worry. I've got a feeling that they're long gone. I don't know what they're after, but I don't think it was in Victoria.
We were ready to put Victoria far in the rearview mirror, but the police wanted us to stay in town for a week or two until the investigation died down, just in case they had any more questions for us. So, we stayed. We spent our days at the lake, idly wandering around and looking for any evidence of the monster, but we didn't try too hard. I could tell Mia's heart wasn't in it. She was just drained. She needed space, so I kept my distance. On one of our last mornings in town, I did actually see a humanoid shape in the water, but it was really foggy. Sorry, like normal fog. Anyway, it was too far away to make out any details, and by the time I found Mia and came back, it was gone. Anyway, a few days later, the police finally gave up the search. They found a missing persons report that they thought might be connected to the victim in the tape, but that was it. If there was some sort of cryptid cult that had been running around Victoria, they couldn't find any evidence of it. Mia was right. They'd packed up and left town. All in all, it was a disappointing end to a disappointing investigation. And with that, we finally left Victoria. So, I've been asking around online, trying to find out anything I can about that cult.
Oh yeah?
Don't get too excited. No luck yet, but I'll keep looking. I've got friends keeping an eye out now. You know J. Doe is all over it.
He would be. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Field notes. Thetis lake monster. So, we never actually got a good look at the creature, but at this point, I'm pretty confident in saying that it does exist. Given the general description, I'm inclined to think this might be another ichthyanthrope. Then again, the ones we saw in Delaware lived in the ocean. Maybe this is a freshwater variant? Either way, I think the creature is an individual and not a member of a whole species. The lake is just so small, and sightings have been so rare, I don't think there could be more than one creature in the lake. Whatever it is. End field notes.
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on iTunes or tell a friend. It really helps others find the show.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, search for Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can also visit our website, littlegiantmonsters.com.
Check out any of these pages to see other projects we're working on, as well as a new Cryptid sketch every Monday after the new episode.
Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.